Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony. Welcome to another edition of B&A Sports Talk, and I want to have a quick little video talking about the New York Giants because I haven't talked about them. They've been making a lot of roster moves. We're going to talk about more specifically about the cuts and different things like that, and just a couple of things. So Joe Judge, I loved that video yesterday. I've watched it probably 100 times. Him diving on the ball. Imagine he would have failed. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I would have been under so much pressure right there. That's just my mindset. But Joe Judge is like, no, I'm getting this ball. I don't fucking care. It was just a great bonding experience. And what I hate about nowadays is like the media is so like enthralled and grasped into what's happening that we're more talking about, oh, this is a leadership moment. Let the leadership moment happen. Let's stop talking about how great of a moment it is, even though I'm doing it right now. I don't like that. It's kind of like a teacher giving a post-game conference about how class went. Like, nobody cares. People care about sports because it's a little bit different. But imagine the teacher's like, yeah, Jimmy, he tried hard today. He ate all of his snacks, and he had a fairly impressive question that he got right. I called on him and thought he wasn't paying attention. He answered it right away. So that's something that I don't really like about like the media. It's just like let things happen, naturally. Don't be like, oh, they're really working out the role together. But yeah, so Blake Martinez is injured. And apparently Devontae Downs looks very good. I haven't really been watching that much things about Devontae Downs. Cut Blake Martinez after this year? That's possible. He's been dealing with a little bit of injuries. We're going to see that maybe he's going to lose a step this year. Maybe, play well under the Patrick Graham system. We may get some trade assets for him. But if you think that Ryan Connolly or something like that is doing well, Ryan Connolly doesn't really do that well, like shutting off blocks. That's what you've noticed straight away because I don't think he quite trusts that knee yet. But he's a great down the hill, downfield linebacker. We had David Mayo, but the thing is, we're going to have to deal with injuries over and over again. You take a look at a roster, you're like, oh, this is beautiful. Every single team looks at their roster now, and it's like, dang, we have a pretty good roster. Like, name a team right now, besides the Jaguars, obviously. That's just like, oh, yeah, our roster sucks. The Bengals are like, oh, take a look at our wide receivers. Even teams like that. Miami's like, take a look at our cornerbacks. You take Seattle, take a look at our quarterback, and different things like that. So no matter how bad your team actually is, you take a look at the beginning of the season, it's like, oh, yeah, we have some potential. Even the Jaguars are like, oh, take a look at the guys that we've drafted over the past couple of years. Josh Allen, Josh Allen and Clayvon Chason. Like, we can have some stuff here. The offensive line's not awful. So there's a bunch of things that each team is saying, like, oh, we're going to do well. The end is, a lot of players are getting injured, and you have to coach them up. That's a be-all and end-all. I made a video about it earlier. I'm like, testing our depth. If this player goes down, what's going to happen? I said, if one of our linebackers go down, next man up. I feel fairly confident about our linebacker depth because we're not that top heavy. I'm like cornerbacks, I felt like not talking about it because we're getting too thin. Good coaches make good decisions. We brought Logan Ryan in, which is something, I kind of like. He left the most yards last year and stuff like that, but he's a playmaker. He's going to be getting fumbles. He's going to help our turnover ratio and help us bring the balls into our offense. That's going to be prolific this year. It's going to be a top 15 offense towards the end of the year. In the beginning, maybe a little bit of struggles. The offensive line didn't look that great in the spring training or the the practice scrimmage game. I haven't talked about the Giants in so long that no scrimmage game, no training camp. I haven't been around. I really haven't. Andrew Thomas is going to have to learn his technique. And the thing is, with the coaching staff, we're going to have no shortcuts. We're still doing the tape to hand to the ball. And we're still doing a bunch of those things. That should have been done months ago. But, that wasn't really the prerogative of the of us then. Well, we didn't have, we didn't have the, the season. The whole training camp was canceled. So I don't think that would have been a great idea to tape handballs when, you're not facing against anybody. But overall, I think that we're in pretty good shape. We're not in awful shape. I have us like 5-6 wins. But, some people are more confident. People are like, oh, yeah, Giants are a 9-win team. Their ceiling is 10 wins. I'm like, really? I don't really see that with this team. We have a bunch of talent, and a lot of players can get injured. But realistically, we're a 5-6 win team. We need to win those tight games. We're not going to lose games this year. But we may not win games. But we're not going to lose games this year based on coaching. And I made videos about that. That's one of the things that, with Pat Shurmur gone, it's a way different feel. We're not going to lose games on discipline and, fundamentals. No shortcuts, build a foundation. And, we finally hit the roster reset. We finally did it. After Eli Manning left, let's go on to the future. Now, this video has been all mumbo jumbo because I want to talk about Giants. This video is not like trying to specifically talk about a specific topic. It's kind of just all around. Cam Brown hasn't really been looking that good. I think Derek Dillon, why aren't more people talking about him? Corey Coleman has looked fairly good. I think our wide receivers are going to be prolific. Don't really believe too much about Golden Tate this year. I think that he takes a little bit of a step back because he doesn't have that pop anymore. He didn't really have that last year, but I don't think he really has that pop. I think Golden Tate's going to kind of disappear this year. It's going to allow the young people on this team to step up. I want to see a Benjamin Victor make this team. I really do. I think that's great. I think that, I don't know why. I think it's because David Stills is white. I just can't see him as a wide receiver. You know, you could say all of his skills and things like that, and he's looked fairly impressive. His height, you know, he has the looks and whatever. I don't even know what you want to say, but David Stills, is he going to be a good wide receiver? I don't know. I just can't really see it. He could be valuable in some like certain, some certain places, and I may, put him a spot on the roster, but I don't see the hype about him. As far as everyone, Darnay Holmes is just good. I had to stop me in mid-sentence. Darnay Holmes is playing amazing. Hopefully I think he got nicked up a little bit. Hopefully it's fine. And yeah, so those are kind of some of my standouts. I don't really believe that much more in Dalvin Tomlinson. I think he's just kind of a little bit more of a role player. And that got helped by Leonard Williams a lot, but he's still a solid player. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, so hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.